you know, definitely encourage you to be more aggressive with those mid-game pushes that you do. And I don't think that doing some sort of huge switch would have really helped him. Because, I mean, what really is he going to go? Like, more tanks? That's going to eat into his Ghost and Marauder and Medevac count. Is he going to go for more Ravens? Also going to eat into those other ones. I like the Ghosts quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh yeah. SEBT says, in the beginning of the show you mentioned no Queen Zerg vs Terran. Like, what? Explain. Well, basically, if you look at the way the Queenies work, sure, they'll give you 4 extra larvae, which makes you go, yay, I have 4 extra larvae. But let's say you spend that all on drones. If you're going like 2 hatch with 2 queens and constantly making more larvae, you really, for quite a while, only have enough money to make more things, to make more drones from those larvae. So it's kind of like you have this feel where your army doesn't do anything at all, and then it like spikes up into infinity because you have 80 friggin' workers. But I was getting annoyed at the fact that my lair was getting delayed because I was having to wait for this queen to finish, so I just thought, who needs a queen? And it just went straight for the lair. And it's kind of interesting when you play around with this because it means that you're mostly focusing on gas because you can't get that many workers. But I can expand a lot more. I can tech a lot more. I don't have a lot of the mass type units. I don't end up with tons of Zerglings. I don't end up with tons of Roaches. But I do get Mutalisks pretty fast. And I get Infestors pretty fast. You know, I can get the upgrades pretty fast. And you can get the Queens later on. You can get them in the mid game after you have like 3 bases. Maybe get 1 Queen. And then you can go Ultra Zergling relatively quickly and continue to put pressure on with things like Nidus Worms, because Nidus Worms cost a lot of damn gas. So it's just something I've been playing around with to a lot of, well, some success. It definitely makes me feel clever. Remember that trap. But yeah. I'll take it from Siffermazing, who says, as a Zerg, I have difficulties taking a 3rd expansion versus Terran. What is a good signal for taking a 3rd? So you heard me say in the game that what really sets apart those good players from the weaker players is timing pushes. And what will happen in the evolution of play is people will discover amazing timings. But the same thing about when do I take a 3rd. It's another one of those, it's an ambiguous timing. So, there are a few broad signals. The most basic one, and this actually applies for all 3 races, whenever you attack, you have a safe window to expand. Easy peasy. In another circumstance, whenever you have a lot of control over him, like you're putting him under pressure. So, for instance, if you're harassing him with Mutalisks, if you're harassing him with Hellions, if you're harassing him with Void Rays, if you're harassing him with Phoenixes, he has to defend, he has to work at all these different angles, and while he's sitting there defending, you can expand. But other than those 2, there are obviously way more other times when it's good to expand. So how do you discover those? Pick a random-ass time. Just say at, I don't know, 48 food. Gonna throw down an expansion. Looks good to me. Just gonna kind of do it. And what it turns out, I couldn't defend it very long. Okay, well, let's try 58 food. Wow, that felt really easy. And I have a lot of money. All right, I'm just going to do it at 58 food. And then maybe over time you realize you can work that down to 53 food or something like that. And you eventually just start finding when is this sweet spot. But you're never going to find a sweet spot just by playing and it magically appearing in your head. You have to do it by setting an arbitrary time and then playing with it. Because I distinctly remember my Zerg vs. Protoss style I'd play in Brood War on Colosseum. My 4th base didn't really have an intuitive timing to it at all. It wasn't like, when this +1 upgrade finishes, or once my Mutalisks hatch, I do this. It was just kind of like I would take it. But after all the games that I'd played, I knew that that was a safe time to just sort of take it. It just took time. So don't be afraid to have a lot of dumb losses. Don't be afraid of that at all. I have those stupid losses all the time. And, well, it's kind of annoying because then people are like, oh, hey, a good game. And then I like go to the replay section on a site and it's like, great game between me and day 9. And basically my thought process was, maybe I don't need to build a spine crawler. And then he attacks and kills me and I go, oh, I guess I need to build a spine crawler. It's very educational, but oh man, those lessons punched right into my brain. But still, it's important. It's important for me not to get all my ego tied into it and be like, oh, but I'm day 9. I have a webcam and I talk to myself in my room, and so I don't want to lose. Like, no, I need to lose. So important to just get out there and just lose the shit out of a bunch of games so you can really get some good timings bludgeoned into your head. Dear Day 9, can I have a slice of your pizza? No. Next question. So, we're going to go ahead and take one more, because I want to make sure we keep it under 45 minutins. And let us just find one more thing. Oh, here is a great question from Lexpar, who is, of course, a regular on the stream. Hello, Lexpar. I recognize you. Lexpar says, why do Zergs get their hive upgrade at their natural? It never made sense to me in Brood War or Starcraft 2. Is it just for scans? So it's actually a little subtle, and it almost deals with preference more than anything. If you build it at your natural expansion, there's more life at your natural expansion, so you can withstand some early attacks. So in this game, LittleOne got bunker rushed. How did he deal with it? He just took it. He just took the damage. Yeah, he just took it. And his hatchery lost a good amount of hit points, and the Roaches came out and saved him. So he upgrades it to a layer. So now his natural expansion has a lot more hit points, and it can't be rushed and killed a lot more easily. Also, if you build it at your natural expansion, he might waste a scan checking out your main, which is a more likely place to build your important structures. So then he might not know that you're going layer. Or I personally build my layer in my main because I like that it's a little bit more safe in the back there. I don't have to worry about it dying to a front push. I'd rather lose an expansion and have a layer than try to have a little bit sturdier. I don't know. It's just the trade-off, I think. But that's the reason why they do it. They're natural. I personally do it in my main just because I have had situations late game where I'll have like 5 bases and he'll push my natural and kill it, but then I can kill his army right then. But if my natural is my hive, I'd kind of... Ugh. So that's gonna wrap that up. That was fun. That was pretty good. That's gonna be about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything useful to say. Oh yes, of course, go to the Green Forest LAN event that's going to be on August 14th and 15th. That's actually this weekend. And if any of you can give me a ride, I would love that, because I don't own a car. So I'm going to be doing the commentary for that, and of course doing the fanboyism for that, because I too like watching StarCraft 2 tournaments. So that's going to be in Ventura, California, the August 14th and 15th next weekend, or this weekend. And also on Monday the 16th, I'm flying to Germany. So if any of you are going to be at Gamescom at the Intel Extreme Masters Global Games Challenge Cologne, I will be there blabbing away with my co-caster, Diapollo, who is also named Sean. So if you live in Germany, I would love to say hi to you. And that's it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.